The UN obviously has the institutional precedent. But when all is said and done, Trump's argument, and there's been some really interesting articles on this, Trump's argument is basically this: the UN is it's in bureaucratic paralysis. It can't do anything. It can't bring about peace. It can't negotiate peace. It can't negotiate deals. It's if for all practical purposes, it's no longer fit for purpose. So we need a new organization made up of real power brokers that know how to get deals done. And so the original idea of the Board of Peace centered on turning Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East, right? And that's still part of the plan. So this board would be in place to oversee literally the reconstruction of an entirely new city, a literal new micro world within Gaza that in fact be a sort of Dubai 2.0. And the idea there was that it would deal with the twin problems of infrastructure and ideology. So Gaza's just blown to hell. It's just a slum. So its infrastructure is falling apart. And that helps to shape the radical ideology by claiming this is all Zionist fault. If you can get the place to become a Dubai with all this international investment and all of this economic flourishing and activity, both those problems are solved. You no longer have the radical ideology, and you no longer have the infrastructure problems. That's the notion. But what Trump seems to have done is, that was the genesis of the Board of Peace. And what he seems to have done is he seems to have taken that and he's running with that and say, why don't we just simply, go full cosmic with this? Let's use the Board of Peace as a model for bringing peace in areas of conflict all across the country, basically doing the same thing. Bringing in, again, it's an astonishing sort of recalibration of Davos now into a Trumpian ethos, a Trumpian sphere, where, as you know, he's a permanent board member of the council. So even if so let me finish the point. So this is all about bringing investment, bringing billionaires and bureaucrats into regions, but for the purpose of actually solving problems. They can make all the money they want as long as problems are actually getting solved and conflicts are getting resolved. So if this really does take shape over the next 3 years, a Democrat president could leave, but they're only sidelining their own international influence, especially with a board that has Trump as its permanent chairman. So, they can do that, but that just means that the rest of the world, in a civilizationalist sense, is going to just leave us by. America doesn't like that. And so that'll be some pressure, at least, to stay involved in some way, shape, or form. Great question. Amazing. MAGA 24-hour Dr. Steve, with all the recent election integrity victories in the Supreme Court for the 2026 midterms, what are the chances we get rid of universal mail-in voting, have voter ID verification on all ballots, and have no votes counted on ballots received after Election Day? It really comes down, in my view, it comes down to the Republicans in the Senate of whether or not they're going to get rid of the filibuster.